Man, I didn't think I was going to be making this video today. The video title is not wrong. The Arkansas transfer Jacolby Criswell, the former 4-star quarterback recruit out of Arkansas, is officially returning to the North Carolina Tar Heels. This is massive news on the last day of April here, the transfer portal window opening back up. And man, I don't think anybody really believed that this could potentially happen. That we saw Jacolby Criswell hit the portal not too long ago, just a few weeks ago. And there was some rumors and some speculation that, wouldn't it be cool if Jacolby Criswell came back per some comments that Mack Brown made in one of his press conferences. But I don't think anybody really thought that it was going to happen until first thing this morning. I got back. I'm off of work this week. Alan texted me. He says, "Hey man, Jacolby Criswell is coming back to North Carolina," and I could not believe it. So let's break this thing down really quickly. Let's talk about it some, and let's see what this could mean for our quarterback situation going into fall camp just a few months away. So Jacolby Criswell was a 4-star quarterback out of the state of Arkansas. He came in 2020. He was supposed to be the guy that was going to be heir apparent to Sam Howell, a guy that had a very similar play style to Sam Howell, could definitely run the football. We didn't really get to see his throwing accuracy put on display as much, but everybody said that he could absolutely throw the ball, the deep ball, and play comparable to that of a Sam Howell. Was a little bit taller and was a guy that was looking pretty promising. And that held out as he got to play out through a couple of games throughout the seasons that he had there, his freshman and his sophomore year, where he got to play in a couple of games. One of them I attended, which was the Wofford game. As a matter of fact, Jacolby's mom was just like a couple of seats away from me, and she was absolutely amazing. She was rooting for her son, and he actually played a pretty good game that day, but also so did Drake May. And that leads us into the 2021-2022 season, where quarterback Drake May and quarterback Jacolby Criswell went into the offseason prior to that season within a quarterback battle. A similar situation that we find ourselves in right now, where Drake and Jacolby were battling for the starting QB position to fill the void of that of a Sam Howell that had just left the season before. So, per reports, the quarterback battle was pretty legit, even though there are some speculation, and I have my speculations and what I believe was going on during that quarterback battle. But the coaching staff, swears to the fact that it was a legitimate quarterback battle, and it was a pretty close one all the way up until right before the opening game against Florida A&M, where ultimately Drake May was awarded the starting quarterback position. Jacolby Criswell played the backup quarterback to Drake May throughout that entire season, got to play just a little bit in a few different games, Florida A&M being one of them. He got to come in during the Clemson ACC championship game, and then ultimately after the end of the season, he hit the transfer portal to go back home to the state of Arkansas and play for the Arkansas program in hopes to be their quarterback one. But unfortunately, that didn't pan out for him over there. They have a quarterback by the name of KJ Jefferson, who ended up lighting up the world this year and showed that he could be a really good top-tier talent for Arkansas and also for the world of college football. So once again, Jacolby Criswell was relegated back to the QB2 position, where unfortunately after all the season had went through, he ultimately decided to once again hit the transfer portal just earlier in this month of April. And that leads us to today, April 30th, 2024. At probably, 9:15 this morning, he decided to come back home to North Carolina, to the college that recruited him. The question is, why in the world do we need Jacolby Criswell when you have Max Johnson and Connor Harrell in the position right now that they are in of battling for the QB1 position? Well, let's go back to some comments that Mack Brown had made previously in one of his press conferences. Mack Brown stated in one of his press conferences, and you guys can go to Tar Heel Illustrated and or Inside Carolina and go watch the interviews there, which they do a great job over there. He stated that after Tad Hudson had hit the portal, that they were going to be looking for a 4th quarterback. The reporters asked him what exactly he was going to be looking at in regards to a quarterback, because there's been some talk of nobody really knows what's going to happen with QB1. It's kind of up in the air. Nobody really knows. Everybody's kind of wondering. Nobody's really standing out. So what are they going to do at the quarterback position? Well, when Mack Brown announced that he was going to be looking for a quarterback in the portal, AJ from Tar Heel Illustrated asked Mack Brown directly what exactly are you going to be looking for? Mac gave a pretty political answer, if you will, stating that he was going to be looking for a guy that's going to be patient, that wanted to come in and, whatever his skill sets allowed, could determine the positioning in which he could play at. AJ, once again, at another press conference, kind of followed up with that and asked exactly, hey, are you going to be looking for a guy that could potentially come in and start, or is it just a third and fourth string quarterback situation? What are you exactly looking for? And Mac Brown did go on to clarify that if there is a quarterback in the portal, no matter how good they are or whatnot, call us. Let us know. We want to hear from you. And I believe ultimately that's where this thing came down from. So here's what I think. Jacolby Criswell, I could be wrong here by mentioning this. I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating here right now. We'll see as the next few months really unfold. But if I'm Jacolby Criswell, he's going to be a fifth-year guy. He's got 2 seasons of eligibility, just like Max Johnson. He's also coming in here. I believe, personally, you have to think that he's coming back here because he believes that he can go win that QB1 battle. I don't think he's wanting to come back and play QB2. If that was the case, he could have stayed back home in Arkansas. But he wanted to come here, I believe, to try an attempt at QB1. Now, will it happen? We don't know. One thing that I saw on Twitter right after everything went live is a person commented that one of the biggest problems that he's going to have now is there's a brand new system in North Carolina. If he would have stayed last season, stayed under Drake May, that he would have been 1 year into the system and would have been able to understand that right now. So now that puts him at a major disadvantage. And it does. It does put him at a disadvantage. I'm curious to see how he fights through that and does everything he can to learn this system. But in my opinion, I think he's going to try everything he can to learn the system because I don't think he comes back here unless he believes he can be QB1. So now a 2-team race for QB1 just turned into a 3-team race for QB1. This is going to get interesting over here, guys. I'm not going to lie. North Carolina's quarterback room is pretty dang solid right now, and am curious to see exactly how this thing plays out. I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. Do I think Jacolby could come in and give everybody a run for their money? Yeah, personally, yeah, I do. I mean, if he was giving Drake a heck of a time, if the reports are true, at least in spring camp, I don't see why he can't give Max and Connor a run. So this is going to be interesting. I don't really know what's going to happen at quarterback position. I'm excited to see how this thing unfolds over the following months as you go into summertime and they're doing summer workouts, and obviously the coaching staff can't see the quarterbacks throw any, so I'm curious to see how that goes. A lot of player feedback is going to be key to coaching staff going into the fall months, and we're going to have some interesting topics to talk about with this quarterback battle over the next 5 months here. So it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I was not expecting to do this video today. Did not know that Jacolby was actually going to come home. I know we heard the speculations and everything, but this is going to be interesting, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is the best case scenario for North Carolina. You've got plenty of options now to pick from. I don't really think you can go wrong with either one. I'm still personally leaning more towards Connor Harrell myself. I just believe in him a little bit more. It feels like he owns this team. It feels like this is his team. So I'm curious to see how it all unfolds here in the following months. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys think about this quarterback battle going on. What does Jacolby coming back mean for the quarterback position at North Carolina? Could we see him repping QB1 going into Minnesota, or is the quarterback battle still a 2-team race between Connor Harrell and Max Johnson? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about it. And as always, go Heels.
You don't want none.
I'm good, I'm a leader, I'm a guy, I'm a me, I'm a